What's going on, guys? Casual Fridays here at the Time Teller channel, chilling in a t-shirt. Make 7 up yours! But today we're getting serious, because I have a watch in the office today that might just change your mind when it comes to how you view big box Swiss brands and value. You know, oftentimes we take a look at a lot of different kinds of watches on this channel, but when it comes to crazy value, you know, bang per buck, spec monsters, yada yada yada, a lot of it is coming from micro brands or smaller independents. You know, they just seem to take more risks and give us more watch for the money, and big box brands, you know, they've just gotten more and more expensive. But I have a watch on my wrist right now, I'm not going to show it to you yet, that comes from a very big box brand, from a very big box holding group, Swatch Group to be exact, that gives you a ton of watch for not a whole lot of money. Under 500 bucks, brand new, in fact. So let's take a look at this Tissot Seastar 1000 Diver's chronograph. It is 1:01 p.m. Let's get down to business. Okay, so I don't really need to go through the history of Tissot in this episode. I think I've done that in a prior episode, but they've been around since 1853. Currently, they're owned by Swatch Group, and they have a lot of very, very cool watches. I'm a big fan of vintage Tissot, but they've actually had a resurgence of some old school designs that I think just hit incredibly hard. And again, it being a part of Swatch Group and not really in the higher end of Swatch Group means a lot of their watches are pretty accessible. But I think this Tissot Seastar specifically is probably one of the best bang per bucks when it comes to accessible Swiss dive watches with a lot of functionality and complication. What do I mean by that? Well, you're getting a 300 meter water resistance rating, so that 1000 number is referencing the 1000 feet of water resistance. You're getting a date complication. We're going to talk about that in a moment. You're getting a timing bezel and actually very nice ratcheting. Very easy to actuate, but it's not sloppy and it won't back out on you. You're getting a threaded crown, and you are getting a chronograph complication. Now, there is one downside to the watch, I suppose, and it's that it uses an ETA movement, but specifically a quartz ETA. That's right. So it is under $500 brand new, and that's because, well, it's not using a, mechanical movement. Now, I know people are going to be like, well, there are more current Seastars available right now that are more expensive than this, and that's true. I believe they have a Seastar that utilizes the automatic Powermatic 80, but you can find these on the gray market all day long, brand new, for under 500 bucks, and I think for the amount of watch you get, if you're looking for a solid, impressive, sturdy Swiss dive watch with a chronograph complication, I mean, can you do better than this? Now, I gotta say, I have just over a 7.5-inch wrist, and this watch is quite substantial. It's not cumbersome, it's not clunky, it lays quite flat on the wrist, and we're gonna go over all of those case dimensions in a moment when we get into the specs section. But I gotta say, this is a 45.5 millimeter diameter with a 50 millimeter lug-to-lug, so that might immediately turn people off if the quartz movement didn't already. But you're getting a pretty dang decent quartz movement, I mean ETA. You are getting a sapphire crystal, and it's a handsome watch to look at. I really like the contrast between black and orange, and it's not obnoxious. There's enough of each color kind of dispersed that it's not such a big splash of orange that it's kind of disgusting, and it's not so dark and black that it's kind of just boring. Because how many black bezel, black dial divers can we have? And the applied indexes are very nicely framed and bordered, and the handset is big and bold and sharp, and I think it's just a very visible, legible watch all around. So getting into the specs. Again, this is the Tissot Seastar 1000 chronograph, reference number T1204171705101. 316L stainless steel case. You are getting this rubber strap that has a cool T on the side of it. 45.5 millimeter diameter, 12.8 millimeters thick, 22 millimeter lug width, 50 millimeter lug to lug, and as I mentioned, a 300 meter water resistance rating with a threaded crown. But there's another thing about this watch that I think makes it very, very special and very legit when it comes to taking that water resistance rating seriously. It's not only that the crown is threaded, but the pushers thread into the case as well. That's right. So you can't at all accidentally actuate one of these pushers underwater and have water get into the case. It's just not going to happen because you're going to have these things closed, 99% of the time. And then when you want to use the chronograph complication, you unscrew the pushers and then you're perfectly fine. Now, the caliber in this movement, as I mentioned, is a quartz ETA G10212 chronograph movement. You're getting a chronograph with small seconds and a date complication. Now, we do have to talk about that date complication. It kind of has two strikes against it. It's circular and it's offset, which oh man, I wish they didn't do that. But that's kind of the only overtly offensive thing about the watch, in my opinion. And I think for under $500, the amount of watch here, I think you can overlook it, especially because it is color matched. So the date wheel is color matched and it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. I don't like where it is. And as I mentioned earlier, you are getting a sapphire crystal. So where do I think this watch falls into a lineup of dive watches to choose from? Well, if you're looking for an automatic dive watch, an automatic legit diver, I would say look at Seiko. Unfortunately, most of the very cool legit divers from Seiko are going to be at or around $1,000. And nowadays, that's just not worth it. So I guess you could look on the gray market and try to find like a king turtle or something like that. And if you can find one, I'd say absolutely go for it. I absolutely love that Seiko. But what if you want something tough, durable, sophisticated, and Swiss? Well, again, I keep having to harp on this point. It's under $500. This Tissot is an absolute no-brainer in my opinion. It looks refined and handsome, it's robust, it's durable, it has legit specs with legit functionality. The fact that it has threaded pushers is just kind of icing on the cake here. It's Swiss made, it comes from a watchmaker I'm a big fan of. And again, the nicest thing I can say about it is that at this point, this is much more of a value proposition than any Seiko that you can get. Isn't it insane? In 2024, I am recommending like a Swatch Group diver over a Seiko diver in 2024. That's nuts. So there's a whole lot of pros to this watch. I think the cons is that some people will be turned off by the quartz movement, and it does have a large lug to lug. 50 millimeters is, that's a lot. So if you have more slender wrists, this might not be the watch for you. And then like a personal kind of opinion here, a lot of this, obviously, everything I say is pretty much just my opinion, but I don't like offset or circular date windows, and this does both. So that's kind of my own gripe with this watch. But let me know what you think. Is this a watch that you'd be interested in? Do you have any of the Seastars? Because again, Tissot Seastars, I've sold a ton of them at the Time Teller shop, like vintage ones. So this series has been around for a good long while. But let me know what you think about this watch, and if you have any experience with these, and what would you choose as a legit diver in this price range? Leave that comment. And I learned from you just as much as you learned from me. But yeah, I'm kind of done here, guys. So I will catch you on the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. And always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. All right, I got to go to physical therapy.